All right, y'all, we got bench today. We're going to be figuring out what our 8 rep range base is. Probably going to work up to 365 for a good pause, then back down to like 335, 345. Should be able to swing that for a set of 8. And if that's successful, we might kind of do what we did like with the squat. Go up 5 pounds, 10 pounds, until we get to about maybe 6 or 7. Because by like the second or third set, if I can get 6 or 7, if it was my first set, I should be 8, and then use that as our base moving forward. I'm going to mix some things up today. I know you've seen in the previous workouts where I do like a lot of accessories, flies, incline press, I think, and machines and everything else. We're going to kind of skip out on those in the off season. So I noticed with my deadlift progressed the most, and I didn't do a whole lot like for deadlifts. I deadlifted obviously, but I think the thing that really helped my deadlifts is working on my weak spot, which was my lockout. And by doing the RDLs that I included for my deadlift session, that significantly helped with my lockout, my deadlift overall. So with that said, bench press, lockouts, my issue as well. So today, instead of doing, maybe chest flies, incline, whatever else, probably gonna try maybe some banded presses. I've never done them before, so it's probably gonna look goofy as hell when I do them, trying to figure this shit out. Maybe pin presses. Really just try to overload the tricep to focus on that lockout. So for the bands, I'm thinking about maybe do 315 plus maybe 120 pounds of resistance on the bands. Really try to explode. Work on that last little couple inches for the lockout. And moving forward, as far as like tricep work goes, I don't know. Probably just be like a lot of heavy movements in like the 3 to 8 rep range maybe. Yeah, just really got to focus on trying to get that lockout taken care of. I feel like we get that lockout taken care of, the bench would just shoot up. Definitely feel like 465, 470 would be there. Because it's not really off the chest that I have problems with. It's always lockout. So we get lockout taken care of. The bench should start moving up again. Now, I think like that was one of the biggest stalls on my last prep. Was the bench. Squats kind of went down, bench kind of stalled, deadlifts went up, but we'll figure all that out. But here, I'm talking too much, so let's get in there, let's get it.
Like, let's just say you're fresh off of competition and you just come back to that, you're right, at that step. So now steps. So like if I here,
So wrapped up that workout. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. Wound up doing 335 for a set of 8. Got that. Went for 340 for a set of 8. Missed lockout on the 8th rep. But it's all good. That's kind of what we're training for now, trying to break past that sticking point with lockout. After that, the forearms were definitely flared up a bit, some radiating pain. Could have kept pushing through, but, I don't want it to get any worse than what it already is. We only wound up doing one back offset. Well, we did use the bands. Not as heavy as I initially said. I noticed after I said that 405 for the dead presses with squats, I was like, I should probably be a little more reserved this time with the bench press, especially with it being a new movement with the bands. So much can go wrong, especially if you're training heavy with the bench. I mean, as far as little small joint, issues and just tweaking anything with the change of the motion. So we wound up doing 2 plates with like 60 pounds of resistance. So with them, I paused at the chest, just really trying to explode off the chest to power through like the lockout. I'll tell you, the 225 with I think 60 pounds of resistance in the bands actually felt really nice. I only did one set of 8. Like I said, I mean, the radiating pain in my forearms is pretty bad today. But that last rep was exactly what I wanted to train for. So like that last rep you'll see in the video, like it was a grind, but I drove through it. I was able to push through it and just like fully get it locked out. And that's kind of what I was trying to replicate, just driving through that last couple inches. With that said, I mean, the next workout, we'll probably start off at 340. Maybe do the same thing if I get a set of 8 with that. Like I said, hopefully this radiating pain just simmers down a bit. Maybe go for 345. 345 is where I wanted to be at with sets of 8 to start building that up before I start prepping for the next meet. But we'll see how next week goes. Like I said, get this peptide order to help. It definitely helps. It helped me before. I just been procrastinating pretty much on ordering it and taking it and sticking through my daily dosage of it. But yeah, try to get 340, 345 next week and then start building upon that. Next workout will be deadlifts. Sticking to the same rep scheme as bench press. Going to do sets of 8. Hoping to, start with 545 for a set of 8 and build upon that to like 585 for 8, maybe 600 for 8. We'll see how good things go, especially as I start coming off of these compounds. They start making their way up my system, trying to hold on to as much strength as possible and still progress forward as well as drop some weight. Yeah, we'll see how things go. But with that said, I think that pretty much wraps that up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned. Let's make these gains.